And welcome back to Tales from Antiquity and the Modern Age with Pragmatic Perfection. I'm your host, Austin, and today I've got another tale from Aesop for you. It involves a canine, a Homo sapien, impatience, and projection. So without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? The Traveler and His Dog. A traveler about to set out on a journey saw his dog standing at the door, stretching himself. He asked him sharply, "Why do you stand there gaping? Everything is ready to go but you, so come here with me instantly." The dog, wagging his tail, replied, "Oh, master, I am quite ready. It is for you whom I am waiting." The loiterer often blames delay on his more active friend. The end. Quick little note, I changed just a little bit of the wording around. So in case you think you try to look this up and it's slightly different, that's what happened. But on to the analysis. There's quite a lot going on here. Obviously, there's some themes of impatience, as I mentioned in the preamble, but there's also some projection going on. But we'll get into that in just a tad bit. So, impatience. One, let's read the definition from Merriam-Webster's dictionary online. And that is definition of impatient, A, not patient, well, duh. Restlessness or short of temper, especially under irritation, delay, or opposition. Well, obviously, we have the situation here, which is delay. But now let's think about it. Whose responsibility is it to have everything ready to go at the time that was, set out? That would be the master's responsibility. He had his lack of planning, and he didn't have the proper preparation, and he didn't leave himself the margin. Now, all of these, we can suffer from that from time to time, but if you have these attributes, if I can call them that, attributes, if it's a habitual thing, that can be a problem. Because if it's a habit, it can almost be a sign of a little bit of a toxic aspect to your person. Now, if it happens occasionally, hey, we all have our moments. But if it's something that you do regularly on a consistent basis, then that's not a good thing. It's something you might want to work on. Now, think about it in this situation. If you have a friend who's like this, then, it's your choice if you want them to be your friend and that you want to spend time with them. Unfortunately, the dog in this story, he's kind of stuck with it. It's his master. He can't exactly just walk out and find a new master. Well, maybe, but he could run away, but that usually doesn't end up too well for dogs. But for you, you're your own person. You make your own decisions. There's no reason why you have to be stuck with certain individuals. If you find there's parts and bits of their personality that just don't jive with you, you make your own decisions. So the whole impatience bit, just kind of wrapped it up, it's an easy fix, but it requires taking the responsibility and putting in the effort. Now let's jump to the projection bit. And as we can see in this story, and even kind of by the moral at the end of it, that it's your own faults are being put onto others, your own issues. And if we read the definition of projection from Merriam-Webster's dictionary, there's actually quite a few definitions of it, but the one I want is 6A online, which is the act of perceiving a mental object. 6B. The attribution of one's own ideas, feelings, or attitudes to other people or objects, especially the externalization of blame, guilt, or responsibility as a defense against anxiety. So it's a real psychological phenomena. Actually, when I put it in the search engine, there was a ton of results. It's a very fascinating topic to look into, because you may find yourself doing that from time to time in your own life. And it's a very easy thing to slip into. And a place that you see it happen a lot, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, is, politics. Now, everyone's entitled to their own opinions and their own interpretations of how the world should work, but certainly in our modern day and age in 2018 with President Donald Trump and the Republicans, Democrats, liberals, all that bits, there's a lot of projection going on. Now, it may take you a little bit just to sit down and watch and see what people are saying, but if you take a little time, yeah, you can definitely see it. It happens a ton. And it's a very common defense mechanism. And you can probably see it a lot even in your own life if you just have that perspective to watch people and see what they say and their personality and how they go about talking with other folks. Now, it takes a fault of someone and it ramps it up a bit when I thought about it, that it's not just ignorance or avoiding responsibility, as in we had talked in previously with impatience, that, I'm going to avoid it. But either subconsciously or actively, they're going to try to place that responsibility on you. So it takes those negative aspects of impatience and it takes it up a notch. Because not only is that person just trying to avoid the responsibility, no, it's your responsibility. It's your fault. So I would say if you're around someone who's constantly doing that, I don't know, man. It kind of sounds like some toxic personalities going on there. And I'd say the same thing. Hey, it is your choice who you want to hang out with. And if you want to spend your time with people who are constantly putting their problems on you, that's your choice. Yeah, I hope that makes you happy. But that doesn't make me happy. I like to be around people who lift me up, have a positive vibe going on. Positivity, I think gets thrown around way too much. It's very flippant, but there is some truth to that you're the sum of, or I forget what the saying is, you're the sum of a lot of the people that you spend the most time with or hang out with the most. And so you got to be aware of the people that you're around because they have an impact on you more than you even realize. So, yeah, toxic folks, get away. Or you got to call them out on it, just like this dog did here. He said, hey, man, you say we're waiting? You say you're waiting? No, let me tell you, I'm waiting here, okay? Who's the one holding up the train? Not me. So that is me waxing eloquent or just rambling on, who knows? Only time will tell. But those are some of my thoughts on it. That wraps up the whole storytelling part of it. Technical aspects, I took a lot of notes on this bit. Yeah, I'm looking at my whiteboard of show notes. It's very full. Maybe if I start up an Instagram for this Pragmatic Perfection brand, I'll have to post some of my notes there from time to time. It's kind of interesting. Well, anyway, that's all I'm going to do for right now. This brings me to the outro. Just want to thank you all for listening in and leaving your feedback. Also, I want to thank you if you share it with other folks. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. Obviously, the more people that listen, the better. So, and likes, ratings, favorites, subscribes, depends on what platform you're listening to. But I appreciate it all. So, just want to thank you for that. There'll be more stuff coming soon, so be sure to stick around. And you all just have a wonderful day now. Take care.